since I last streamed. I had a lot of things to deal with. So I apologize for that. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. I've decided to restart my playthrough of Subnautica. Because the last one I admittedly did not know enough about the endgame stuff, and I forgot to look things up before doing certain things. I ended up going to the lava zone and not knowing where to get the ion batteries, and I ran out of power with my Cyclops. And that's okay because we are restarting, and I've sort of kind of got a good new start. I went and did a little bit of farming off stream since the last time I streamed, so that I could have some things. We last left off with getting upgrades for the scanner room, and I believe I was just about to go to the Aurora and repair it. I decided to build the propulsion cannon before going there because last time I didn't have it and I had to do a bunch of back and forth stuff, and I didn't want to do that again. So we are going to go and repair the Aurora now. I also had a power problem last time we went to the lava zone, so I decided to make sure that we don't have that problem this time. I don't have a Cyclops or a prawn suit yet. I don't even have a functional base built just yet. I just wanted to make sure I had a bunch of power cells before I forgot. So this time we are going to bring ourselves... Oh, I am so sorry. Oh no. I'm so glad that those things don't really take damage. I still feel bad whenever I bump into them though. Those are the local reef backs. They're kind of sort of, at least in my opinion, in my head canon, the reef backs are one of the more adorable mascots of the game. There's this like one creature you can hatch from an egg that's supposed to be cute. I've never actually hatched one myself. It's supposed to be the pet that you can have in this game, which I might go for hatching it once I get the alien containment facility. There's a couple things I might do depending on what you guys would like. I might throw some poles up here and there for base building and stuff like that. I have a few ideas, but you know, I like to try to include you guys in certain things just because it seems fun, you know. Sometimes last time I got a few ideas during when I was base building last time, and that was kind of fun. So if you guys do have any ideas, just drop them in the chat, and I will do my best to start a poll on some of the ones that I find the most interesting. And yeah, that's about it. The reason why I'm saving so much is because I am a super klutz, and sometimes I accidentally bump into things with the Seamoth and forget to repair it, so that, and sometimes occasionally the game likes to crash. So in the event of that happening, we will have recent saves, so that's good. I did post a chapter for Lulu earlier. I don't know if any of you guys follow me on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, but I usually post very low quality reels there for my writings, so you can find all of my reels and stuff like that on Facebook or Instagram. I don't really use Twitter, to be honest, but I might have a couple posts there. I need to download it and add my more relevant content to it, because I don't quite have my I don't quite have all my reels on Twitter or anything like that. My link tree is in my bio as well, if you guys do want to go check that kind of stuff out. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you can if you would like to. So the hitboxes for these things are so weird. While I was farming for copper and titanium earlier, I don't remember what this goes to be honest. Can I jump? Yes, I can. Haha, mid-air catch. Wait, you can... you can yeet them. That is great. I love that. Get yeeted, good sir. Alright. I don't remember where this goes, to be perfectly honest, but since I have the propulsion cannon, we're going in. Do I have... I do not have a fire extinguisher. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that once we have a fire extinguisher. Oh, never mind. We will go in right now. But yeah, I never really go into this area because I don't remember what's in here. Oops. I don't remember what's in here, so... I think that's part of the reason why oh, all the music just stopped. Am I not supposed to be in here? Did I... Okay, everything's starting back up again. I was a little concerned for a second there. I was like, did I do something bad? What's going on here? Ooh, what's this?
PDA data.
Oops, sorry. If you need to tweak your equipment, use the mod station. Okay. Can I scan this and get all your blueprints? No. That's not too surprising. Oh wait. Did that have 6483? Okay. I don't know if I have the right oxygen tank to be doing this, but we're gonna try our best to get through here. Oh, I might come back here for base cosmetic reasons. Maybe.
PDA data.
Oh, what can we learn from the hive mind administrator? Hive mind? That's interesting. I will read that later once we have more oxygen. Nice, I got updates. That's good. Ooh, little oxygen pocket, that's good. I guess we just leave. Oh, that was it? Looks like it. Well, if there's more to explore, then I'll come back here. this little area. What did I get out of that? Did I get? Oh, I got a blueprint. Oh, I did get a blueprint. Repulsion cannon. So that's like it blows things away. Is that what that does? We'll build it. We'll see what that does. I don't think I've ever built that thing before. I think I might have built it once, possibly. I'm not sure. I can't remember if you can like sprint in this game or if you can, because I'm pressing the sprint button. I'm not sprinting, but that's okay. I know you can sprint in the second game. I just have the toggle on, so I just sprint all the time because I'm lazy. I don't have my knife out, so I'm just gonna run around. I'm gonna dodge all these guys. I think I came up here earlier, but I didn't have the equipment that I needed. Yeah, I came up here earlier, but I forgot to, I think I forgot the laser cutter. And that's why I left, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, I definitely... No, I came up here and I got the propulsion cannon scan and then I left. That's what I did. But yeah. Yeah, I did definitely... Yeah, I came up here. It was probably just for the scan, which... You know, there's probably a better way that I could have done that, but oh well. We roll with the punches here, as they say. Just because I don't like jumping. We're moving that. We're gonna just move all of this stuff out of the way. There we go. Good enough. Alright. Wait, did I even get the did I get the... I did. Cargo Bay 1454. I can't remember if that ever changes or not. I don't remember if it does. There's a whole lot of... 1454. Probably because it was a giant laser that did it, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember it being this dark in the Aurora from the last time that I was in here. Then again, it could just be because I have a glare on my screen. Because my my room light is on, and I usually I'm a psychopath and I play in complete darkness because my computer, or not my, I don't play on a computer. I play on Xbox, but my monitor screen is it reflects light. And I don't have a I guess quote unquote an optimal setup, but it's good for what I need it for, so I appreciate it. I appreciate it. VR suit. And I really wish that that stuff actually existed in real life. Or like, how in some shows there's like this stuff called full dive technology where you can like put a helmet on or whatever and do not repair without appropriate qualifications. Well, I'm not qualified to even hold an Xbox controller, so oh, I ran out. That's okay. We're just gonna litter here. I'm stealing this. Oh, I forgot you can scan those.
At maximum tolerable level.
Well, it's a good thing I became a nuclear
Containment
engineer
breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
in the past 5 seconds.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
I wonder if the number of breaches is random or not. Can I not? Okay, I just gotta jump down. That's alright. I do wonder though, like, if the person, like the character you're playing as in the first game, like, I wonder what was their job title? Like, what they do?
Further breaches detected.
Like, how do they know how to do all this stuff? Or is it just...
Further breaches detected.
Oh no, I don't have my knife. Give me a second. Hold on, weird alien thing. Give me a second. Hiya! Oh, I should heal because I'm gonna die if I don't. I don't have heals. Well, this is gonna be fun for everyone involved. I'm just gonna have to, oh no. Alright. I might have to just swim around and kill everything before it can get to me. Which is gonna be tough because I can barely see these things. Alright. There's 2. I wonder how many there are in here. I know that they go after each other's dead bodies, too. Or at least I think they do. Yeah, they do. It'll give me some time to escape some of them. Oh no. Okay. I'm almost dead. Come on. Man, these things are... Ooh. These things are sneaky. One thing they did not do well in this game is combat. Alright, we are getting out of this water because I'm gonna die. Come on. Go up. Alright, we need to find a health pack somewhere. Because I forgot to go and grab one. Because I am big brain. I wonder if it, I wonder if the Aurora, God, I can't say words. I wonder if the Aurora, like, blows up a second time. I've usually, like, always fixed it almost immediately when it... Oh, nice. Health pack. Gimme.
Integrating new PDA data.
Nice. Okay. I can't see. I will read these PDAs here in a second. I just want to snoop around and loot because I am loot hungry. I must have all of the loot at all times. I know I have a lot of batteries already, but it never hurts to have lots of batteries. Alright. Well, since we found a health pack so early, we're just gonna go back and attempt to fix the Aurora again. I usually like doing it the first thing when I get here because I will forget if I don't. I'll usually go through the entire thing.
Further breaches detected.
And then loot everything and then leave, then I'll be like, wait, I didn't repair it, and then I'll have to come back and repair it.
Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
It's really good that there's a counter for all of them so that I know how many is left.
Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired.
I see you.
Further breaches detected.
Oh, I'm getting notifications on my phone. I forgot to turn those off before streaming. I apologize if you guys hear any strange sounds. Those would be the notifications on my phone.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
There it is. So glad that they spark, because I would never find them if they didn't. Nice.
Drive core breach sealed. Radiation levels decreasing.
Can we just talk about how beautiful the music is? Usually when I stop talking like a moron and I start mouth breathing, it's because I'm listening to the music. Or I have run out of things to say. Because I am not all there most of the time. Sometimes I forget what I'm talking about. Anyway, oh, we were going through here. I forgot what I was talking about. So... Well, it's a good thing I went and grabbed it. I think. Did I? Did I, like, hike out in there, or... Man, imagine if, like, one of the Reapers just slapped their face through those doors. That'd be terrifying. But it would also be hilarious, because they'd be stuck there. I'm gonna try to build the prawn suit as soon as I can, but I'm not gonna make any definitive promises. I'm so glad that I bought this. Yes, I bought this off of Etsy. Totally. No, I built this earlier. I did get a bunch of thermal knives from capsules. Capsules are like these little things that other players, like when they beat the game, they can drop like a time capsule. They can put stuff in it. So I got a bunch of time capsules while I was farming for stuff, and I was also trying to find some like alien caches. Oh, sorry, I had to yawn. I was also trying to find alien caches while going for resources. We're integrating all of the PDA data, guys. Getting all of it. But yeah, I was trying to find like some alien caches so that I could like be like, I could, you know, surprise everybody and be like, hey guys, look at what I found. I found all of these, like whatever is in the alien caches, because I don't really remember actually opening any of them. The last time I beat the game, other than the Ion Cube one. Which is kind of sad because the last time I beat this game was like forever ago, so I don't remember most things. So if I end up just kind of abruptly stopping a stream, it's because I'm dumb and I need to look things up. But I'm going to try to follow the story a little bit more closely in this playthrough, sort of, kind of, while also being more expeditious about going through stuff. 1869. Nope. For the longest time, I didn't know how to backspace in this game. I just thought you had to keep pressing the wrong thing, because I thought the little backspace right there was just a I thought it was just like a graphic. I didn't think it was like interactable. Oh, it's the
data.
ugh, it's cringy and I don't like it. Basically, to sum up the PDAs, the person is like, oh, relationships are, you know what, I've got the time, I could just read it. Forward by Jenny Eckhart. All good things in life are commodities. We trade love just as we buy and sell stock, which is not true, mind you. We engage in human relationship when there is a fair exchange of value, support, motivation, affection. Nothing good is ever free, which is not entirely true, but it's not entirely wrong either. When it comes to that kind of stuff, it's not something you can just buy with money or anything like that. It's like relationships are a two-way street in the fact that, like, if you're gonna be a friend with somebody, they've got to be a friend to you and stuff. You know, it's not something you just buy and sell, like what this PDA is saying. If every physical good is in the Federation came from a single supplier, it would constitute as a dangerous monopoly. Personal relationships are the same, which is not true. It is important for people to get what they need from multiple sources, which is true and false, yes and no. You can get certain, like, support, I suppose, from friends that you can't, I guess, get from a romantic relationship, but it's not the same, if that makes sense. Like, it's like, I guess it's hard to explain, because, like, there are certain things you don't do with friends that you do with, like, a significant other, if that makes any sense. Unless, you know, you're in that kind of relationship, which, have fun, I guess. So personal relationships are the same, which they're not. It is important for people to get what they need from multiple sources. People find better source of the goods they require. They are not wronging their original supplier by changing their purchase of arrangements, which, yuck. I'll talk about that here in a second. If one member of a relationship should feel free or should feel threatened or jealous, they must look at their own business model and ask whether it is performing competitively. There is always room for improvement. Like, it's weird how they word it as if it's like a corporate shill type of thing, like, oh, you're buying and selling whatever, blah blah blah. It's like, it's not really how that works, but you do you if that's how you want to do it. Personally, like, when it comes to emotional stuff, like, you can't businessify it, if that makes sense. Like, you can't logic everything out. Like, you can't just be like, oh, you can get this and that and this and that and, like, just trade, you know? It's, like, in a way, I suppose relationships are kind of an exchange, but it's not on the, it's not the same as, like, I'm gonna buy coffee from Starbucks. That's not, it's not the same like that. Regardless as to whether it's, like, a friendship or a relationship or whatever. Which, I know it's just, you know, lore, like, character lore or whatever. In the game and stuff, but for me, when it comes to, like, friendships or like romantic partnerships or whatever, there's a certain level of uh, like trust and respect, you know, that you would give to friends or to, ooh, is that a Cyclops part? It sure is. The reason why I don't say fragment is because I can't say the word correctly, and sometimes it comes out sounding not very good. So if I say part instead of fragment, it's because sometimes I cannot say it correctly. And it sounds bad when I say it sometimes, so there's that. But yeah, what was I talking about? The relationship thing. Sorry, I needed to take a breath there because I forgot to breathe. For like relationship stuff, whatever, for me it's very, very personal, very emotional. When I say you are my friend, right? When I say that, that means like, as messed up as it might sound, that means I respect you more than I respect like most other people. I care for you more than I care for other people, you know? Like I would value a friend more than I would value a stranger, as even though that sounds awful, that's kind of the truth. So like I would sit down and talk with friends about their problems and be like, hey, like maybe we can do this or that to like help with whatever situation it is, or you know, just be there to like listen, you know, just kind of be a shoulder to cry on and stuff like that, or to, you know, hang out and do some really dumb tomfoolery stuff on video games, or attempt and fail at dancing or whatever in real life. That's stuff I would normally do with like a friend.
Captain.
And like romantic relationships, obviously there's like, you know, the more intimate stuff that I'm not sure I can say on stream that you can do, but I would say like, because it gets a little bit blurry for some people, but for me, like, you can hug friends and stuff and it not be weird, so long as you don't make it weird, you know? So long as you're not, you know, getting up in their business, so to speak, like, you know, crushing. I don't know, same thing. You know, crossing boundaries. Same with like emotional stuff. You know, you could be there for your friends and stuff, but like when it gets to the point to where you're not really, you know, taking your significant other into account, I would say that is kind of crossing the line a little bit. It's like, you don't have to tell them everything about everything, you know, because that would be kind of weird and creepy. If, you know, your significant other is like, oh my god, let me see your phone, like, every single day, that would be weird, really weird, in my opinion. But like, you also shouldn't, you know, talk to your friends about one thing that particularly bothers you, rather than talking to your partner about something, because, you know, you should be able to trust your partner with certain issues and stuff like that, especially if it has something to do with your partner. Like, unless you find out something about your partner that you didn't know and they didn't tell you about it, you know, then yeah, maybe, you know, talk to some other people about it first and make sure that you have a safe place, you know, to have that conversation. But eventually, yeah, like, if it's like, you know, a communication problem or whatever, you know, like, you should speak to your significant other about it, you know, like a normal person would, you know. But yeah, when it comes to like commodities or whatever, nah, I don't. Other people can, you know, live their life like that. I don't mean to, I guess, bash that, but for me, it's my initial like knee-jerk reaction is to be like, ew, gross. No, I don't want that, because it's just not for me, if that makes any sense. I'm more of like, you're my friend, you're my friend. Like, the only thing that's gonna mess that up is if one of us, you know, crosses a boundary that's just, you know, not something that you cross, you know? So, I don't like the whole, like, exchange idea, I guess, when it comes to that sort of thing. Alright, I'm gonna also take this off, because it adds unnecessary weight, and it slows me down a little bit when I'm trying to swim. Take that off? I did not. There we go. Alright. Anyway, speaking of relationships, I did kind of want to talk about Sky Echoes. It's one of the stories that I'm writing, and it is a romance. Well, it's hard to explain because it's kind of sort of a romance. It's like a horror, sci-fi type of story. I'm not exactly sure how to categorize it because it has a lot of different, hits a lot of different elements, if that makes any sense. Because the main characters, they explore, they go through traumatic events, and they deal with some very not great things. So, it's kind of a lot to, I guess, categorize it, but on Wattpad it's categorized as a sci-fi horror, because I do delve into the fear factor, so to speak, with it, and I also delve into like the romance side of it as well, because I really enjoy showcasing a lot of certain things that are not really showcased in like mainstream like books and stuff, which I know is a little arrogant of me to say, but the characters in question are Catherine and Kelly, and they are, it's very Subnautica-esque. It is inspired by Subnautica, I won't lie. Whereas, you know, they get stranded on an alien planet, and they have to figure out how to survive. And, like, there's all of these, like, creatures that are trying to kill them and stuff like that. So, I thought I heard something that I did not actually hear. Wait. Is the radio going off? Did I miss a radio call? I might have. Do I even have a radio in here? I don't even have a radio in here. That's okay. Wait, there it is. Passed it like 5 times. But yeah, the premise of the story is like, 2 women get, like, you know, stuck on an alien world, and they are forced to survive and figure out like what's going on with the world around them, and how do they get out, you know, like how do they find a way off the planet and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but yes, there are aliens involved. However,
you know Aurora. We're from a little transgov on the far side of Andromeda, and we have a saying there. There's no bad without the good, no good without the bad. Sounds like you tasted a bunch of the former. That only means you're able to do a whole lot of the latter. Might just be we're in. We're scanning for somewhere to park. We'll be in touch when we find it.
Okay. Sorry, when the game is talking, I like to not talk over it, so if I go quiet while the game, like, has dialogue going on, that's why. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's 4 characters in total. The other 2 I haven't quite introduced just yet. So I'm gonna kind of hold off a little bit on talking about them, but the other characters are men, and both of the female characters and male characters are in relationships with each other. So Catherine and Kelly, they're, you know, in a relationship. They don't start off that way, but it kind of goes that way naturally because, you know, they're together and they gotta do all this stuff to survive. And they kind of just gravitate towards, I guess, that. I guess that eventuality. And one of my more, like, favorite scenes, I guess, that I've written is when they get attacked by one of the I suppose you could say medium-sized fauna, even though it's pretty big compared to the actual characters. It's like this really, really scary moment when I first introduce it, and because the character that you start off following is Catherine, and she's like this terrified civilian that's been going through college and stuff, and she's just, you know, just now getting out in the world, so to speak, like, I guess out in the universe. And
Welcome aboard,
she's
Captain.
learning how to interact with people, and she's learning how to like build different stuff, because she's you know, she's an engineer, and she's basically like on the assumption that she's like by herself in the beginning of the story, and she's terrified, she cries a lot, and she just really I really wanted to hit home with the feeling of despair, I guess. The feeling of complete aloneness for a little while. For the start of the story, so that people can kind of get an idea of what it's actually like. Even though, you know, they have a narrator telling them everything that's happening, and they're experiencing the story through a character, but I found it important to make sure that I included just how, I guess, oppressive it can be to be alone, to be surrounded by gigantic creatures that you know nothing about. You don't know if they're friendly, you don't know if they're dangerous until it's too late, you know? And Catherine has to find out the hard way that she can't just sit around and wait for someone to save her. She has to leave the safety of her escape pod. She has to find help, essentially. And she has to make her own way. Until, well, eventually she, you know, finds help. But, her first introduction to the local fauna kind of left her mentally scarred because of how terrifying it was and how I guess helpless she felt during that whole interaction. Even though she was able to defend herself, she felt as though she, after the fact, she felt as though she had no control over any situations that she was in, and she felt very demoralized. Oh, I forgot to bring... Oh man, I put my thing away because I thought I was going to the island. That's okay. I'll come back later. Where am I going? Am I going the right way? Okay. Yeah, I'm going the right way. But, yeah. And... sorry. My ramblings are rambly. Basically, she wanted to, what is that? Yeah, it's just an egg. Ooh, lithium, nice. But yeah, she, Catherine, like, her first objective was to basically, like, try to find any kind of signals or anything like that. But, she wasn't able to because her, the equipment she has is not very good, and she had to just kind of deal with what she had, and then she encountered the like giant scary creature while waking up. Like she was in her life pod. She was like exhausted from exploring and trying to find land, and she just kind of fell asleep in her life pod, and this kind of led to her having a very, very strange, terrifying dream, and she woke up, and instead of seeing the window of her life pod, she sees an eye. And the eye is big enough to encompass the entire window. And she doesn't realize exactly what she's looking at because, you know, she's just waking up. And then when she finally figures it out, because the eye starts, like, moving and, like, following her, she freaks out and she's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, what's going on? And, the creature finally moves away from her life pod, and she feels like, you know, she feels that feeling of helplessness, of as if she's, you know, she's never gonna escape the planet alive. And afterward, she finally gets up enough courage to leave her life pod, which for me, is kind of a big turning point in the story, because that's where everything starts, basically. She's able to start leaving her life pod more often, more frequently, to explore and find ways to escape.
This is Aurora, come in. This is Keen. Life pod detached to OK planet fall in 30 seconds.
The computer has identified a landmass at the attached coordinates. I want you to regroup the crew there.
Understood, but
They are your responsibility now. Don't let them down.
Captain, you need to evacuate.
Negative. You'll need the ship in one piece if you're going to contact HQ on the long range.
New PDA
I'm
detected.
attempting a controlled descent.
Captain!
Land. Man, that would be terrifying.
Signal location uploaded to PDA. Integrate. Integrating new PDA data.
Hold on, what was that other PDA that I found? Oh, okay. I was saying something, but I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. Yeah, and, Catherine kind of just, like once she finds, Kelly, she, finally starts to feel like safe enough to, start, you know, exploring and doing more things, and, you know, Kelly feels relieved because, you know, she found Catherine, and I'm not explaining this very well at all. I'm better at writing than I am talking, I promise. I swear. I'm not blowing smoke up my own butt. Mind you, I'm not incredibly good at writing. I'm just, you know, I'm okay, I would say. Watch one of these times, I'm gonna turn a corner and it's gonna be like a freaking warper or something. But, anyway, there's my very, very poor, I guess, description of my, book so far. I also have a couple other stories that I'm writing too. One's called Faith's Folly. It's kind of like it's a D&D inspired story, where a bunch of like travelers meet by accident or on purpose, depending on the situation. And then there's another one which is kind of a, which is called Beyond the Door, which is about a woman that is in a very, like a post-apocalyptic world, post-apocalyptic Earth, and that's how it starts off anyways. And she's basically trying to follow the her father's research notes, like places that he's explored and stuff. And she finally finds this cave, and I thought that was a warper for some reason. Anyway, she finds this cave, and there's this door inside the cave, which is weird. She goes through the cave, and there's a strange world beyond it. So, you know, beyond the door. Get it? Haha, funny. And she, quickly realizes that she's, you know, not in the old world that she was once in. And she meets a couple adventurers that kind of take her under their wing, because they're like, yeah, she doesn't know what she's doing and stuff. And so they're kind enough to take her into their little group. And she finds out that she's no longer human as well. So she has to deal with that while also dealing with the fact that she's in a world that she knows nothing about. So a lot of my stories are very, very, I guess, similar in that aspect, where people have to deal with a lot of like unknown things, and they have to just make the most of their situations, basically.
Distress signal from life pod 12. Coordinates attached. Warning. Life pod has sucked beyond safe diving distance. Do not attempt retrieval without submersible support.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Well, it's a good thing I have submersible support. Sort of, kind of. We're gonna go back to that wreck with the laser cutter. And I'm gonna say,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
but the premise of Beyond the Door, I would say, is it's a little bit about like inclusion and self-acceptance, basically. It's about loss. It's about sorry, that music always gets me every time. It's just about a lot of just kind of dealing with life as an adventurer, basically. And there are a lot of like bad guys that they've got to deal with that are very intertwined in one way or another, and they have to figure out how to stop the main bad guy. I'm being vague on purpose, not gonna lie, just because I don't want to spoil things. But which I've already spoiled a lot, but you know, most of the things that I'm talking about are like in the very beginning of the stories of the books that I'm writing that aren't finished yet. And I also have another story which is mostly about trauma healing. It's sort of a self-insert slash conglomeration of other people's stories that I've been told. I don't use any like real names or anything like that. I don't use any actual like real people's stories or anything like that. I just kind of meshed stories that I've heard from like real life, stories that I've read from books, and stories that I have from my own life as well into it. It's called Shining in a New World. I've kind of put it on the back burner because I don't really like how the way it's going. In my opinion, it's not very good, and I really need to change it up because it's just not what I want. So that one's on the back burner, and I really do need to change it. I was thinking about unpublishing it and just deleting it and starting it from scratch, just because I dislike it so much. But yeah, it's definitely not a feel-good story. It's not a story that you should... It's a story that you need to prepare yourself before you start reading it, because it's really dark and it's really messed up. My feel-good story, my feel-good lighthearted story is called Lulu. I've been told that it's very Little Witch Academy-esque, which I did not know what that show was called until I looked it up. Yes, Little Witch Academy is very, very cute and adorable. I liked the first couple of episodes that I watched. It was pretty good. But Lulu is a little bit darker than Little Witch Academy, because it deals with certain more adult themes in the aspect of, like, you know, violence and stuff like that. Most of my stories have a lot of heavy combat scenes, things like that. Some of them can get very visceral, so I guess that's something to think about before you read my stories. The one that has the most ultra violence, though, is probably Fate's Folly, because I go into detail of how the combat flows more so than I do my other stories. Every single one of them is a work in progress, and they are, there are some things that I may or may not change depending on whether or not my thoughts and ideas about the stories change. So I do make they're mostly like grammar checks that I do, because sometimes during my editing process, sometimes I miss certain sorry, I had to yawn. Sometimes I miss certain grammatical errors. Sometimes I leave them in there just because, for dialogue's sake, because, you know, people don't talk the way that they would if they were writing an essay, if that makes any sense. So I wanted to, so if there are any grammatical errors during dialogue, it's because people don't, you know, most people don't talk, I guess, in a quote-unquote proper way. So people use slang, people use different colloquial terms, stuff like that. I just butchered that word, I know. But I wanted it to feel more natural when people were reading dialogue, and so that's why grammatically it seems a little bit janky, but for the sake of like fluid conversation, I wanted to make it as natural as possible. So, yeah, that's why that's why a lot of my books are like that. I do write grammar slightly differently, or not grammar. I do write dialogue slightly differently in each book, because I'm trying to experiment and see what I like the most. They are very, very samey though, I will admit, so that is something I am working on. I'm gonna save before anything else happens.
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms, make contact with the other survivors. We can't be the only two that made it.
Those are not the orders the captain gave me, and they are not the orders I'm giving you.
This isn't chain of command, it's survival.
My obligations as acting commander don't turn on their convenience. Get out of the water.
If I get into trouble, I'll send you my coordinates.
I can't let you go alone.
Then come with me.
You don't leave me much choice.
Received emergency transmission from Second Officer Key 2 hours after last activity.
Rendezvous was
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't have.
intercepted a transmission from Altera HQ. Seems they sent a data package to the Aurora. We were intercepted by a Leviathan-class predator before we could reach the ship.
Oh no.
Consider the CTO and I lost at sea. Be safe. Keen. Out.
Picking up multiple energy signatures on the island's surface.
My question is, how in the world did our character get so lucky in this game? Like, everybody else, like, Leviathans were attacking them, they were just getting completely and utterly wrecked by these gigantic, gargantuan creature things, and our character is just, like, easily avoiding everything. And I'm just like, how though? Like, I get it for, like, you know, gameplay and story and stuff. You kinda can't have the player dealing with Leviathans right off the bat. But still, it's just like, how come everybody else got by Leviathans and stuff, and we didn't? Or like warpers. There's like a fan theory that warpers are the ones that got to everybody, but it's like, that kind of falls flat when you think about our life pod and how close they were to other life pods, and it's just like, couldn't they just, you know, teleportation jutsu themselves over to our life pod? But it's but yeah. Oh wait, what? Am I going the right way? I have no idea where I'm going. I don't think I've ever been through this little cave. Anyway, we're gonna go up here because I want to. Never mind, no we're not. But yeah, the stories that I write are mostly like they do, a lot of them do have darker themes. Some are darker than others, obviously, but I have no idea why I'm trying to jump up the side of a mountain, but here I am trying to jump up the side of a mountain. With varying levels of ouch. Yes, with varying levels of ouch. Oh god, no. Well, at least it doesn't do that much damage when I break my ankles in this game. Let's go this way instead of being dumb, I guess. I always get turned around, like it doesn't matter how many times I go to this island, I always get myself turned around, and I don't know why. Alright, we are gonna go up here. Maybe, probably not. But yeah, it's, I guess it's hard for me to talk about my stories because they're, you know, or books, whatever you want to call them. Because they're not finished yet, and I don't want to, I guess, spoil things. Because, you know, nobody likes spoilers.
You see, Chief, you brought us to this sodden planet. Told us we'd see a lush payday. Now what do we got some 6 weeks later? A dead crew, a habitat that's half buried, food washed away.
I suppose the executive decisions would be better left to someone with your extensive experience of hitting people in the face.
I know enough not to
I mean,
take
yeah.
unscheduled detours to uncharted planets. That's something you don't want to learn the hard way.
Easy to judge a decision in hindsight. Harder to come up with a plan of your own.
Got one already. Take what we can carry and hunker down in a cave somewhere. I scouted a site, a couple 100 meters deep, lots of metal deposits.
How do you imagine we'd live?
With ready access to building materials, like damn queens, a couple of water filters, a bioreactor, fresh fish. But Chief, we'll eat seaweed salad and drink our own urine if that's what it takes. All that matters is, do you got something better?
Send the coordinates to my PDA. I'll review your proposal.
I'll review your proposal.
Integrating new PDA data.
Follow the yellow line. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, I do like talking about my stories, but I also don't like spoiling things that much. I feel like there's a place that's down that I should go. Yeah, it's right there. Hardcore. Oh, I forgot there's a bunch of these dudes down here. Did I just smack that guy midair? I mean, I meant to do that. You know, I can never hit them when I'm trying to hit them, but I always hit them when I'm not trying to hit them. I feel like I should have brought the propulsion cannon. Why is it so hard to hit them? Am I just dumb? Got him. Maybe it's my, like, field of view? Is my field of view messed up? And so, like, I think that they're closer than they actually are. I used to be really good at killing these things. And now I'm just really bad at it. It's like you gotta kinda angle it a little bit so that it actually hits them. Well, it's a good thing that I brought the flashlight that I built so that it wouldn't, you know, be dark when it was dark. I say that sarcastically because I forgot to bring the flashlight that I built specifically so that it wouldn't be dark when so that I could see in the dark.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Son, I said wait for the storm to pass. Your life's more valuable to me than a plant patch.
You stopped being in charge when the ship you were captaining sunk.
I'll stop being
Ooh,
in
get
charge when
burned.
you take charge of yourself.
Say, Chief. Chief,
What?
you know how to drain those grow beds of 40 tons of stormwater? Or how to conjure food from the air?
I know how to prioritize.
I'm just saying, if that's so, what's your boy's life worth to you today? If tomorrow you're gonna be so hungry you start wondering what he tastes like, let him go deal with your plans.
Son, go deal with the plants.
The erect captain.
Interfere, my family. And when rescue arrives, I will leave you here. Do you understand me?
No rescue coming, Chief. Not in time. No staying here neither. This rain keeps falling, sooner or later this place will be buried. Only choice we got is whether to get buried with it.
I like their little banter that they have.
Acquired.
Chief's log, 5 weeks since the crash. The only other survivors are my son, Bart, and Maida, the cut-price mercenary I commissioned for the journey. After days drifting in the life pod, rain hammering on the roof, the weather cleared and we washed up here. I had Maida salvage the Degazi wreck, set Bart to finding us a stable source of food. His education is paying off sooner than I'd anticipated. Our only problem is Maida. She says the weather's going to turn. I say she's finding excuses to risk our lives. I imagine she's not gonna weaken her life without a physical altercation, and she's itching for a fight. In every judgment she makes, things go from bad to worse. If she had my experience, she'd have more faith. Humans have spent millennia specializing in how to shackle nature to our will. This planet won't cause us any new problems. My one task now is to keep us alive, as comfortably as possible, until the insurance company arranges rescue. In this part of space, that could be months, or even years.
New blueprint acquired.
Man, I really don't like the captain of the Degazi because, like, he's definitely a corporate shill, like a corporate person.
New.
This is the first time I've seen sunlight in months. After all that time in the deep, I'd been dreaming of it. Now that I'm back here, I'm finding it hard to enjoy alone. Father was right. We should never have left this place. We shouldn't have gone so deep. They do
Yeah,
not
that's what she
want
said.
us down there. Despite my best efforts, ill health is taking hold of me. The visions are getting worse. Marguerite and Father are now part of the ecosystem of this incredible planet. It's reassuring to know that when I go, I'll join them. Until then, well, there's always the view.
Man, that's depressing. But yeah, that's the kind of thing I kind of wanted to encompass with Sky Echoes. Is that you've got all these characters and whatnot that are just doing their best to survive and stuff. And eventually They just can't. Do I gotta go up that way? Is it this way? I don't remember. But, they, because there's multiple different characters that are on this planet. Some of them are like, you know, actual researchers that are trying to like figure out what's going on the planet and, you know, try to figure out what kind of viability it has because they wanted to colonize the planet.
New blueprint acquired.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
This island is a godsend. Look out of the window. No predators, fresh food.
No building materials, nothing left of the ship. And your kid says we're gonna starve without more grow beds. Speak up, kid.
It's true, Father. The natural growth rates are too slow to keep supporting us.
All I'm saying is ocean's got us surrounded. No use hiding. Sooner or later, we'll get our feet wet.
The rest of your life may have been a fight, Maida, but I've made my decision. You want to forfeit your emergency pay to take a swim? Go ahead.
Believe me, I'm thinking on it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be a little too terrified to go into the water as well because giant creatures that are terrifying.
New blueprint acquired.
Alright, so we've got ourselves... Oh yeah, I need to get some lantern fruit. There we go. That way I can have one of everything. Oh, did I forget a PDA up there? Or down here? I should say. I like to scan these before I pick them up, just because, you know, why not? I get to build it. Do I have the blueprint for it? I really hope that I do. Ah, yes, I do. Good, good, good. I don't know, do I have the... Did I get the, I did not get the modification station. Okay, we'll have to find that scan somewhere then. Because we can't really build most of the things that I want to build without it. Ah yes, it's very pretty.
What is that thing?
I don't know. I found it outside in the sand.
Part of another ship?
None I've ever seen.
It's not even scratched.
Don't fool around with it. It might be worth something.
Stand down, Chief. If it were gonna crumble to dust, it would have done so when I picked it up.
It's glowing.
We're not the first people to come to this planet.
People. Maybe. Could be aliens. Could be the damn sea monsters for all we know. One thing for sure, we ain't gonna find out by staying here.
And if they would have just listened to Maida, like, off the bat, they probably would have survived longer. They might have even been able to, like, find some kind of cure or something like that. Sooner. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But, then again, Maida was a little too hands-on, if that makes any sense. Wait, where am I going and what am I doing? I could have just gone the other way. Right, I'm just gonna try to go up here and or so that we can just jump into the thing above. There we go. save just in case I smack my face into the sea moth. Raper Leviathan right underneath.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
One of these days, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be like, oh, there's this whatever Leviathan, and then it's just gonna pop up out of nowhere because the game hates me. But yeah, when it comes to like situations like this, sorry, I needed to yawn. When it comes to situations like this, even with a small group of people, it'd be so hard to survive because, you know, you just don't really know anything about anything. You don't really know what you're doing. There's a lot of like guesswork involved, if that makes any sense. And like the smallest mistake could, you know, end the entire adventure, if that makes any sense. Anyway.
Welcome
I
aboard,
think
Captain.
This is Life Pod 7. Coordinates attached. Pod is structurally sound, but the fabricator's bust. Requesting assistance. 7 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to date to bank.
Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a grow bed because why not? And I'm going to plant these plants. I think I can build one in here. Oh my god, I can. That is awesome. I love that. Okay, we're gonna put it... You know what, we'll put it in the middle of the room, because why not? It's kind of funny. The lights are, the hologram is definitely, giving it the light that it needs to grow. That's exactly the story that I'm going with right now. Alright, we're just gonna cycle our batteries on through because, oh, why not? We're doing surprisingly well on power, given the fact that we only have solar panels. And I'm gonna steal one from here so that we can get some power. There we go. Alrighty. Put that back right there. Purple tablet in here because I can and I want to. And I really did smack myself around a lot during that little expedition, didn't I? Alright, well, that is... I think that's where I'm going to end the stream. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, check out my links in my bio or wherever it is for you guys when you're looking at my profile. But yeah, I hope you have a good day, and goodbye. See you next time.